down a little bit. Alright. Let's go. Alright, we're gonna be doing a little hour, I think it's like an hour and 30-minute flight. What am I doing? Oh, I'm in the store. Why is this music so loud, man? What the heck? How do I change? I need to figure out how to change the air traffic controller. Call signs, profile. Look at that. Yeah, Air Force One. I got whopping 35 hours of flight time. That's something you want to see on your pilot's resume. I need to find, and maybe it's in, I don't remember where I changed it before. It's gotta be in one of these windows. I don't see it though. Cause I would like to put Air Force One, but I don't remember how to change. I mean, obviously I could look it up, but I know it has to be in one of these settings. Where else would it be? Wait. No? Real life traffic. Let's see. Let me look it up. Microsoft Flight Simulator. How to change ATC call sign. Open the world map. Select your aircraft. Open the world map. Select aircraft. And okay. Select aircraft. Call sign. Air. Whoa, why the type? What the heck? Air Force One. Or do I have to say Air Force One? Or do I actually have to spell it out? I don't know. Air Force One. Does that have to be one word? I guess so. Alright. I mean, we're gonna have passengers, but we're just gonna put Air Force One because we have Air Force One skin. Because I was transporting the president down somewhere in New York, so yeah. We already got our flight plan right here. So we got our flight plan. We're going from Salt Lake City, Utah, down to Phoenix. I don't know what's wrong with this airport here in Salt Lake City, but it doesn't, I don't know if it was a bug, but it didn't look very good when I was there, so we're just gonna ignore the way it looks, because it looks like crap. we'll come over the Grand Canyon. We'll come all the way down here to Phoenix, and we'll get up set up for ILS approach on 08. I might keep real life weather on, but I'm probably gonna turn off. I'm probably gonna make it daytime, just because it'd be nighttime there in real life. I'm probably gonna change the time though, but I will keep real life traffic, live players as well for multiplayer. That will give the, and then we'll just do what. Let's see. Alright, so we'll just do all players, live traffic, and then live weather, but we'll make it like (9:30) flight. Did I pick nighttime, or am I on the? I don't think I'm on the right side of the globe. Where am I at? Where am I at? Okay, well, we'll just type in our Salt Lake City airport. There we go. And then arrival. We're going down to Phoenix. XPKPHX. Alright. Oh shoot. Shoot, I think I'm gonna have to restart. It's gonna put me on the runway. I didn't put a hanger. I didn't put a gate. So I gotta restart, redo it. It's gonna put me on the runway.
Salt Lake Tower Air Force One ready for north departure at runway 34 right.
So we gotta restart, because I'm not sure you can do it inside the game. So let's go back in here. We're going to Salt Lake City, and then we're going to Phoenix. We are going to be trying to land on ILS approach of 8, and then this airport is whack. Now they only have small gates, and it doesn't look very good, but whatever. I don't have a yoke, sadly, so I gotta put my controller in. I just spent $420 on the Logitech steering wheel for my American Truck Simulator. Now I just gotta get some yokes. Yoke, maybe a joystick, something to fly my aircraft. There we go. See what I mean? I don't know what all this is about at this airport. Like a bunch of jetways that ain't connected to any building. But whatever, okay. That's fine. We're gonna get out of here anyways, and we're gonna roll. Well, I gotta quit again, actually. Oh my god. I think I didn't have to quit, but I don't know. It changed my skin. I want Air Force One. Okay. Let's go back one more time. Salt Lake City. And then, KP for Phoenix. Let's just go to any gate, it doesn't really matter, but we want to land on the ILS approach, hopefully. So, we're going to try that again. And then we got to go through our checklist. And if I want to get real technical, realistic, I can print these out on print them out and actually act like I'm actually going through our flight plan for the day. We are going to need 51,000 fuel. That's going to burn approximately about 25,000 that we calculated. We're going to have 400. We're going to be heavy. And then we're going to be cruising at 25,000 feet today. Kind of low for, I mean, I guess the aircraft with this magnitude with 4 engines. But it ain't that long of a flight. It's an hour and 30-minute flight if everything goes smooth. And here we go. This is a beauty plane. Probably gonna get some lower FPS because I stream on one PC. I don't have my other PC up and going right now. I've been working on some things on that one. So it is what it is. Let's go through our checklist. We need to get some power. So let's come up here. Let's go ahead and get some power. We need a standby power to be auto. Hydraulics are off. Yeah, windshield wipers are obviously off. Landing gears are down. We got three. Well, we used to have three lights. Three little dots. And then external power. We'll turn that on because we got power for on the ground. And I guess we'll connect the jetway, but I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on here. It is what it is. I mean, this one's connected, but this airport, I don't know what happened. It must be like a bug or a glitch. I don't see this being this bad, but whatever. It is what it is. All right, we'll try to connect the ground. Let's try to connect the ground real quick so we can see if we can connect the jetway anyways.
SkyWest Tree 994 heavy contact ground on
775. Let's contact the ground. Let's go to the ground services. Jetway connection.
Salt Lake Ground Air Force One, could you please connect the jetway
Air Force
to your
One,
nest?
baby.
Air Force One, the jetway is going to be connected. Salt Lake
Oh,
Ground,
crap. Hold on one
SkyWest Tree
second.
9er for heavy request taxi to the gate. SkyWest Tree 9er for heavy taxi to gate Foxtrot 11 via taxiway Quebec Cross Runway 14 Quebec Cross Runway Tree 4 right Hotel 5 Hotel. Taxiing to gate Foxtrot 11 via taxiway Quebec Cross Runway 14 Quebec Cross Runway Tree 4 right Hotel 5 Hotel SkyWest Tree 9er for heavy. SkyWest Tree 9er for heavy hold position. Caution the Airbus A20N on the runway. Salt Lake Ground Delta 1088 heavy request taxi to the gate. Delta 1088 heavy taxi to gate Foxtrot 5 using taxiway Quebec Cross Runway 14 Quebec Cross Runway Tree 4 right Hotel 5. Hold position SkyWest Tree 9er for heavy. SkyWest Tree 9er for heavy hold position. Caution the Airbus A20N on final. Taxiing to gate. Hold position SkyWest Tree 9er for heavy.
Alright. Had a phone call, man. Alright. Well, we got the jetway connected, but it's not really connected to nothing. I don't. It's funny though. I like that. It's funny. Baggage service. Get
Salt
some
Lake
baggage
Ground
service.
Air Force One, could you please send the baggage?
We need to start loading people's luggage up in here. We already did the power and everything. Let's go ahead and start our pre-flight. So we need to turn our IRS systems on, and then we need to go to initialize. Put that into there. That's going to take about a minute for both to align. And then our bus ties are on. Let's just go ahead and get our GPU going. We probably should have done that a long time ago. Bus ties are auto. Generators are good. APU's gonna be start.
Skywest Tree 9er 4 Heavy, continue taxi. Skywest Tree 9er
We're just gonna
4
wait
Heavy, hold position, caution to Boeing B748
for our
on
APU to
final.
become available, and then we'll get on the APU. We should be able to hear it revving up in the back here. So it should
Hold
be.
position, Skywest Tree 9er 4 Heavy.
Yeah, I think we should be good to go now. Yep. Now we're at APU. Hydraulics are off.
Salt Lake Ground, Delta
Hydraulic switches
1210 Heavy,
are
taxi to the
on.
gate.
Mercy.
Delta 1210 Heavy,
It's closed.
taxi to
Make sure
gate
that's
Foxtrot
closed.
5 using taxiway Hotel 5.
Fuel pumps are off. Cross feeds are on. Right? Yep, they're open.
Taxiing to gate Foxtrot 5 via taxiway Hotel 5 Delta 1210
Off.
Heavy.
Anti-ice. Anti-ice auto. Auto the boat. Window heat on. Windshield wipers are off. Yaw dampers are on. Passenger tents. All these should be auto. So auto, yep. Trims, good. Circulations are on. Packs are off, but they're gonna be on. Recirculate. Get that cabin pressurized and everything. These are on. APU bleed is on. The air switches, don't turn those on. Navigation lights and then logo lights, make sure those are on because we're going to need, well, we don't need logo lights really. It's not dark, but we're going to keep them on anyways. And then basically our headlight. Flight directors are on. Auto throttle armed. Bank selectors is auto. Disengage autopilot bar is up. Landing gear is down. Auto brakes is RTO. Parking brake is set. And here I go with this glitch again. I have no throttle. Let me get out of that. Yeah, here we go. Speed brakes are down. So this is the only button that I know in the 747 800 it does not work right now. I can't get this thing to work to save my life. I think it's a bug. It does not work. This works. This works for our horizontal approach to the airport, but our localizer does not work. Alright, so thrust levers are auto flaps are up. Fuels cut off. Seatbelt. Seatbelt. Dude. How you? I must have gotten it efficiency. They are so annoying. Seatbelts on. And then stand by. So let's go. Let's start our programming our flight planning. So here we go. We got our flight plan right here. This is our flight plan. This is gonna be our star. Into Phoenix. So we'll come. What we'll do is our star will come over here. And this is our star. We'll come out, and then we'll start hanging. We'll start curving up to go east, and then we'll get lined up for our runway. We should be going right over the canyon, the Grand Canyon, so that's gonna be nice. Let's go ahead and start working on that. Route requests.
Delta 2468 Heavy, hold position. Caution the Airbus A20
Load.
on final.
Let me go to flight plan. Execute that.
Hold position Delta 2468 Heavy.
Oh my god. Hold on one sec.
Delta 2468 Heavy, continue taxi. Roger, Delta 2468 Heavy. Salt Lake Ground, SkyWest Tree 56 Tree Heavy, taxi to the gate. SkyWest Tree 56 Tree Heavy, taxi to gate Charlie 7
alright.
by taxiway Hotel 6.
Let's finish our flight plan. Okay. We're going to
Taxi
depart.
to gate Charlie 7 by taxiway Hotel 6, SkyWest Tree 56 Tree Heavy.
Let me see. We're going to depart. It really doesn't matter what runway we take off at, I guess. Air traffic control are going to really determine that anyways. Yeah, we do. They're idiots sometimes in here. 34 left. I don't really care. We're not going to have a SID. I don't care about having a SID. But we are going to have a star for our approach. ILS 08 Bruiser 1 is our star. And now we gotta check for any discontinues. So we're gonna go ahead and check through our legs. And of course we do have some.
Delta 2468
No, I did not want to do
Heavy,
that.
hold position. Caution the Airbus A20N on the taxiway.
Erase. There we go.
Delta 2468 Heavy, continue taxi.
Let's go ahead and step through. Uh-oh.
Roger, Delta 2468
We
Heavy.
got some weird stuff going on here, so let's fix that. Not sure exactly what's going on here, but let's see. Let's go back.
Delta 2468 Heavy, hold position. Caution other traffic.
First of all, let's get rid of these vectors, get rid of this, and now it still loops. We need to get rid of this waypoint, I believe.
Hold position.
Yeah.
Delta 2468 Heavy.
So we're going to delete you. And then we'll bring you up to here.
Delta 2468 Heavy,
And there we
continue
go.
taxi.
That is our flight plan. Looks nice. And there's the runway right here. So, step through, step
Roger,
through,
Delta 2468 Heavy.
step through. We'll come around, get on our final, and hit the runway right there. Nice. Alright. We need to go into our weight and balance to put the fuel in. We need 51,000 of fuel. So let's set that. And that should set that. And if I go look, there we go. And we're going to burn approximately 25,000. That depends on if we start the engines now or if we start it at the last very minute of pushback, which we're going to try to waste as much time as we can before we got to start the engines. Because I'm probably going to cruise at a faster speed than I normally would. Normally I'm cruising at around 230 knots or 293 knots around there. I might cruise at 320 to get there a little faster. As long as we don't overspeed, we're fine. That's good. Let's go into here. We're going to say our cost index is 20. Let's just gonna go ahead and auto generate this. We already got the field anyways. We'll get a reserve of 2. We already got the position down. This is all that we just did this. Index is not really important right now. That's just the model and everything about the aircraft. We're gonna keep that default. Takeoff, we're gonna take off of flaps 10. It's gonna give us a V1, 135, 138 for our for VR, and then 158. Yeah, 138 for VR for our rotate. So we'll rotate at approximately 140. Center of gravity, that's gonna give us 19%. So that's a 6.0 trim. And then approach, we're gonna put in 30 flaps, approximately 144 knots. Now that is too slow to actually like Anything under 180 knots, you have a possibility of stalling. But basically what it means is I'm not, once I get very, very, very low to the ground and I'm literally about to touch down the ground, then the throttles will basically get cut off to idle. And basically we'll be throttled, we won't have no thrust going through the engine. So that's basically what we're gonna do. So we'll put that in there. But we got everything we need. We could put our ILS frequency in here right now. We can go ahead and do that now while we're on the ground. And 1-1, so we got 1.750. There we go. That's our ILS frequency that we need for the aircraft to get aligned by itself via autopilot. As long as we have this in here, we can get on the glide slope and all that fun stuff. That's gonna be our map. So we're good to go for that. Now we are going to start our hydraulics. Okay, yep. So hydraulics are idle. Fuel pumps are coming on. We're gonna turn off our cross feed. We don't need to cross feed those right now. Beacon is gonna be on. So we're just gonna put those on with those as well. Actually, we're not gonna just, we don't need those until we start taking off. Probably. Just gonna put our beacon lights on. And then we'll put our transponder. That's one, and then now we can start the engines, but let's request pushback. So let's request
Salt Lake Ground Air Force One.
disconnection
Could you
of
please disconnect
that.
the jetway from the aircraft?
Okay. And let's request pushback.
Salt Lake Ground Air Force One requesting pushback.
Air Force One pushback request accepted.
And while he's doing that and getting hooked up, we'll go ahead and turn the packs off. So we don't want the engines to decompressurize or have problems with our packs. So we're going to turn those off. And then as he's getting ready to push me back, we'll start the engines up. Matter of fact, it takes a while for it to start up anyway, so we can go ahead and just start those now, because it takes a little while to get going. We got some light going there, and then we can go ahead and turn off our parking brake. And let's go ahead and have them steer us to the right.
Salt Lake
I
Ground
don't
Air Force
understand
One
why those
requesting
buildings
pushback
here
tug
just
to steer
chilling.
the aircraft
This
to the
airport,
right.
I don't know what's going on with this airport. This is supposed to be an international airport,
Has been transmitted to the
but
operator.
whatever. They probably want you to buy like a DLC for this airport or something, I don't know. We're probably gonna hit that little building, because that's obviously should not be there. We're gonna go right through it, I don't care.
Salt Lake Ground Air Force One requesting
Engines are
the
coming
end of
up to
pushback.
life.
Air Force One request to end pushback received.
Let's go ahead and put our parking brake on. Our engines are still they're not going yet, so we can't turn the APU off yet because they're not actually running. We will lose all our lights. Now we're good. We got the running symbols, so now we can turn off our APU. We'll go to that off now, we should be good. APU is off. Let's make sure I said it, okay, yup. Packs will come back on. Flaps will be set to take off, which will be at 10 degrees. Should be enough for our takeoff. We're pretty heavy. If we were kind of light, I might go like to 20. Probably not even 20, more like 15. But that should be plenty for us to withstand like the wind and us being a little heavy. It's it should be perfect. And then, but typically on the 747-800, they're gonna have a 10 flap. Taxi lights will come on, and we should be rocking and rolling. We got our flight plan. We can actually just go ahead and turn this to get that lined up, just in case we need it. Up the direction that we need to go. So about a heading of 184. Oh, but I didn't even request our IFR clearance yet for instrument.
Salt Lake Ground Air Force
Instrument
1777 ready to copy
flight.
IFR clearance to Sky Harbor.
So we're going with instruments flight,
Air Force
not visual.
1777 is cleared to Sky Harbor Airport
Okay,
as
we're
filed.
cleared.
Takeoff runway tree 4 right
squawk
climb and maintain
60.
12,000 feet. Departure frequency is
26.
135.775 squawk 6026.
Maintain 12,000 feet for now, but we want to try to, but we're going to eventually climb up 25,000 feet.
Air Force 1777 cleared to Sky Harbor Airport
Okay.
is filed.
12,000
Takeoff runway
feet.
tree 4 right climb and maintain 12,000 feet. Departure on 135.775 squawk 6026.
Wait, they actually gave
Air
me
Force 1777
34
readback is correct.
34 right.
Contact ground
Oh,
on
I went on left. That's fine.
123.775 when ready to taxi. Good day.
Good day. Have a good day. Let's go ahead and request our taxi.
Salt Lake Ground Air Force 1777 with Sierra ready to taxi IFR.
Air Force 1777 taxi to and halt short of runway tree 4 right via taxiway hotel 6 cross runway tree.
We don't
4 right,
need
hotel 5 cross
our
runway
lights
tree,
in
4
the
right,
front.
Quebec Lima Mike.
We could probably turn it off, but
Contact tower on 119.0.05 when ready.
Taxiing hold short runway
So
tree
we're gonna
4
go
right using
all
taxiway
the
hotel
way
hotel 6
down.
cross runway tree 4 right hotel 5 cross runway tree 4 right Quebec Lima Mike
I'm
Air
not
Force
sure
1777.
exactly where 34 right is. So what we're gonna do is I'll pay a subscription for this. We're gonna open up our nav chart. This thing is so nice. I love it for being so realistic with it. And then the airport we're going to, or the airport that we're at is KSLC. So I see, I'm gonna see where we're at. We're kind of over here in the middle. So we're over here somewheres, right? How are we looking at it? I think we're right here. Yeah, 'cause you got a cross right here. That's 17. You look at it from this way. That's 30. I forgot how you turn it. How do you rotate it? I don't remember how. Alright. There's 35. 34 right is right here. So what's going to have me do, we're right here. It's going to have me come over here. Come over here. It's going to have me come over here and then park. I think that's what's going to have me do. Let's turn off parking brake. Let's give it some throttle.
Salt Lake Ground, Khalida 4-2 Heavy requesting pushback.
Those
Khalida
lights are
4-2
on.
Heavy pushback request accepted.
Alright. And let's get ready to take off to Phoenix on this beautiful morning. We're in Utah, Salt Lake City. And you can tell we're in the west just by all the mountains. I mean, it's ridiculous, man. All these mountains over here. Like, you gotta really pay attention. Especially if you're doing a visual flight. You're gonna have to use the world around you to kind of see where you're at in reference to places or airports or whatever you're doing. But we're on an instrument flight plan, so we're going on instrument readings. So we're following. If it was nighttime, foggy, cloudy, if I couldn't see nothing, it wouldn't matter because I'm doing instruments. I don't need to see what I'm doing. I just need to pay attention to what's going on down here. I got my instruments for a reason. We're gonna use them.
Salt Lake Ground, Khalida 4-2 Heavy requesting the end of pushback.
But we are doing a visual or
Heavy request
a IFR
and pushback
approach.
received.
It's an instrument flight plan.
Salt Lake Ground, Khalida 4-2 Heavy with Sierra ready to taxi IFR. Coletta 42 heavy taxi to and hold short of runway tree 4 right using taxiway hotel 5 cross runway tree 4 right Quebec Lima Mike. Contact tower on 119.05 when ready. Taxi to and hold short runway tree 4 right using taxiway hotel 5 cross runway tree 4 right Quebec Lima Mike Coletta 42 heavy.
We're good. I think we're good across. I think that's good. Alright. These are some weird taxiways, man. The heck? Am I just going in circles, or it's gonna have me go all the way down here? And I'm probably gonna hang a left and hit this runway right here, right? And that's why I have the app that I have, because like, if I'm a real pilot and I've never been to an airport before, how am I gonna know where Charlie's at, where Bravo's at, these taxiways? I'm not going to know. I'm gonna have to have some kind of map. But if I've never been there, especially at an international airport. And that's why they have drawings and like plot plans and flight plans and stuff, and diagrams of the airport with all the taxiways, so people know, the pilots know where they need to go. And then if they have to cross a runway going through a taxiway, they usually can cross. It won't hurt to confirm that with the air traffic controller, but they'll let you know usually off the bat without you even asking if you're clear to cross or not. They know what's going on, but it never hurts to ask. Where do they have me go? Oh, I see. I thought we were at the runway, but I was like, where are we at? This is weird. They had me go all the way around. This is a weird airport. I don't think this is how they, I gotta look up this airport, bro. Like, this is, like, I don't know if they messed this airport up on purpose. It looks like it's getting dark. I thought it said to AM. But this airport's terrible. This is the worst airport I've been to yet. Like, I thought they would take more time into it because it's an international airport. It's Salt Lake City, but the airport we're going to right now in Phoenix is a lot better. Like, a lot better of an airport. And it's a lot bigger. So we're gonna hold short here. We're gonna hold short. You see, there's another bug. It's having me, it wants me to take off this way. Now, why would I do that? Let's see. Well, I'm not trying to kill everybody. That wouldn't work out. Let's go ahead and tune into the tower. We're gonna request takeoff. So we're gonna go ahead and jump on to 119.050. We'll contact the tower and we'll request takeoff.
Salt Lake Tower Air Force 1777 ready for departure runway 34 right IFR to Sky Harbor.
Air Force 1777 altimeter 29.999 wind calm traffic is Boeing B748 on final. Cleared for takeoff runway tree 4 right.
Cleared for takeoff runway tree 4 right Air Force 1777.
Winds calm. Alright. We do have somebody on final, but they're a little ways out, so we gotta get going now if we're gonna take off. We got somebody on final now, which means they're about to land here in the next 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes probably. So let's go ahead and get some throttles going. Let's get out of here before we interfere with them having to go around or in a bad situation. Unless it means him. I don't know. It didn't say what runway, did it? 34, it just says on final. It don't say what runway, so I'm not sure. That could have been them. I don't see nobody in the distance on my runway, so I'm good. It's a beautiful, clear day. Winds are calm. I think it's about to be nighttime. I thought I said to morning. Either how, we're about to take off. We're gonna get some warning. We're gonna get a warning when we take off. That's just a configuration for my takeoff because I don't have to set that up every time. It's just a configuration with the computer. I'm not really too worried about it. All right, so full throttle is good. There's that warning. It's nothing to worry about. It's just a stabilizer. The takeoff power has been achieved. V1. Rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. Flaps up. Alright, I feel the weight. We're pretty heavy.
177 contact Salt Lake Center on 135.775. Good day.
Now he's got one warning. That's just a checklist incomplete because we're obviously doing checklists. Well, that's fine. That's just giving us a lot of these warnings that the aircraft gives us. It's not always means you're in danger. It's just giving you a heads up. That's all it's doing.
Going to 135.
Like when you land,
Air Force
the aircraft, a lot of aircraft say retard or other things like terrain. It's just letting you know you're close to the ground, but you know you're fine because you're landing. It's just giving you a heads up. Hey,
Salt Lake Center,
you know,
Air Force
I'm not sure you're supposed to be as low to the ground, but I'm letting you know.
Feet, climbing 12,000 feet.
So we're gonna start making a turn.
Salt Lake Center altimeter 29.999 radar contact. Continue to Bravo Charlie Echo.
So we have to go south.
Air Force 1777 climb and maintain 12,000 feet. Expect flight level 250.
We're gonna do that. We're gonna try to slow down our speed here, or our altitude, while trying to turn. But I don't want to turn the autopilot on yet until we start making the initial turn.
Air Force 1777 acknowledge last transmission.
Climb and maintain 12,000 feet. Expect
I
flight
always
level
forget to
250. Air
read them
Force
back.
1777.
Air Force 1777 climb and maintain flight level 220.
Okay, now he wants us to go up to 220. Alright, we gotta watch our speed. We're getting close to overspeed, but we're fine. I'm actually gonna slow it down a little bit so we don't burn so
Air
much
Force
fuel.
1777, did you hear my last transmission?
No, I didn't hear it. I was busy. Yeah, I heard it.
Climb and maintain flight
This
level
is probably
220.
harder than real
Air
life,
Force
being a real life
1777.
pilot, because you're by yourself. You don't have a co-pilot to do other things for you while you're flying the aircraft. So it is a lot harder, I think. Oh, I can't even see where we're at here. Okay, we're good.
Delta 8956 Heavy, you are 41 miles north.
Just
Climb
keep
and
turning.
maintain flight level 190. Expect vectors visual runway tree 5 approach.
And we'll be going flying over the Grand Canyon today. We should be able to see it. That's why I want to make it daytime.
Climb and maintain flight level 190. Expect vectors visual runway
probably
tree
will.
5 approach Delta 8956 Heavy.
Let's keep climbing here. And I'm using my instruments to know how my bank angle's looking, my altitude, my vertical speed, all that stuff. My speed right here. So we're climbing pretty quickly, but we're fine because we're not over speeding or nothing. I'm gonna try to level the plane out. I'm just keeping an eye on this, making sure we're above the horizon. We don't hit the mountains. So this is gonna give me an indication that we're good. As long as I'm in the blue, we're in the clear of everything that's around us. So I'm just gonna pay attention to keeping that. You know, so basically if it was cloudy, like I still don't understand how pilots get disorientated. I understand clouds can do that, but if you're paying attention to this, it tells you what you're doing. If I bank one way, it's just telling you. But I'm not sure how that happens. You got the instruments at your fingertip that tell you everything you need to know about what your aircraft's doing. You know, and I forgot to check the weather out around us. Let me turn the weather on. I don't see nothing. Well, they were good on weather. Let's keep climbing. And we just bring our speed up. We're gonna kind of go in the clouds a little bit. We're gonna get up, they want us at 22,000 feet, last time I heard, right? Yeah, 22,000 feet, so we'll climb there. Eventually they'll let us know we're clear to go to 25,000 to our cruising altitude, so we'll keep,
Air Force 1777
there we go.
climb and maintain flight level 250.
Now that's our cruising altitude, we'll turn the seatbelt signs off and everything. We're about to turn the autopilot on here in just a sec. I'm waiting until we intercept our waypoint for our route, and then we'll go ahead and turn the LNAV on.
Climb and maintain
Sometimes
flight
it has
level
to
250
intercept
Air Force 1777.
our route before the LNAV will work, or we'll just probably go in circles. I don't know why that happens. Sometimes that happens. How's our weather around us? We don't have no weather around us that I can see out to our range. So we're about to intercept our. Let's go ahead and keep climbing. I can't see, but I'm just making sure we're level here so I can see what we're doing. That little line tells me how I'm doing. We're still level. Okay, so we're coming up on our cruising altitude. Once we get close, we'll turn the autopilot on probably. And then we'll go ahead and turn our LNAV on. We can probably do that now, and then the plane will start turning, doing its thing by itself. We're going to do that now, actually. Autopilot's on, LNAV is on. So it should take over. It should start turning to the left. And it's going to start flying the aircraft by itself on our route to Phoenix. Beautiful. Alright, that beeping noise lets you know we're at our cruising altitude, or we're reaching it. So, let's go see how we're looking on our waypoints. Once we get to this waypoint right here, this is the waypoint for the Grand Canyon. When I open up my flight plan, we have this waypoint right here. That is going to be, we should be able to see the Grand Canyon.
Contact Salt Lake Center on 119.905. Good day.
Seatbelt signs can come off. I also forgot to shut off our landing gear at 10,000 feet, so that's whatever. We can turn those off now.
119.905 Air Force 1777.
This is why you have two pilots in the plane, sometimes three, sometimes four, because in a simulator by yourself, it's hard to do all the, maintain the air traffic controller and fly the plane. It's a difficult task.
Delta 1425 Heavy contact Salt Lake approach on 120.9er. Good day. Delta 2149er Heavy Salt Lake.
Yeah, we got our speed on too, so I need to increase that.
Continue.
I'd rather increase that.
Going to 120.9er Delta 1425 Heavy.
The computer wants us to go to
Salt Lake Center, Air Force
293 knots.
1777,
But we're
flight
going to do
level
about
250.
309 to get there a little faster.
Air Force 1777 Salt Lake Center radar contact. Continue to Bravo Charlie Echo.
And what did I make the time? Looks like I did 7 p.m. So let's go ahead. Make it like 10 a.m. I don't see no weather at all in our sight. I don't see nothing. It would show like a radar if I had some weather in my path. And of course we're out west, so we have nothing but mountains around. But we should, once we get to Phoenix, we should see the beautiful Phoenix city. I think we're going to be going toward downtown Phoenix. Not exactly sure where this airport is relative from the city. But we're cruising. There's not much we can do but just monitor our instruments. We just have the one warning, that's just checklist incomplete. Normal, so that's fine because it's not nothing we missed. It's just telling we just haven't completed the checklist. We still gotta do our after takeoff and everything. And I need to take these as well. I already did them, but I just didn't take them. We did all these, but we still gotta do our descent, our approach, landing. We still gotta complete our checklist. So let's just go ahead and do that in there. Let's open up our map. This can give me an idea of where we're at. We're obviously probably still gonna be in Utah. If I just click, we got aircraft right here. Yeah, so we're gonna be coming in this little town, and then we should be getting it. Yep, then we'll go into there. We're gonna be in Utah for a little bit, and then right here is the Grand Canyon. That's gonna be Utah as well. And then right here we're gonna be in Arizona. So when we get to this waypoint, we are gonna be in Arizona. That's the Grand Canyon National Park right there. We're going right over it. So
Air Force 1777 contact Salt Lake Center on 125.575.
yep, so we'll be out. We'll be coming into Arizona at this waypoint when we hit the Grand Canyon.
125.575 Air Force 1777.
Just make sure everything's looking good. Speed, LNAV, altitude. We're going a little faster than we normally would. We're not going to overspeed unless we get up to the 360s, but we're going to burn more fuel. So let's see how fast our fuel's burning. It's still going, but we're fine. There's plenty of fuel, I think, because we have extra. We're going to burn. It said our normal speed we were going to burn approximately 293 or 25,000 fuel. But either way, if we go a little faster, we might just go to 30,000 fuel. We're still gonna have 20 something extra or 30 something extra, so we're fine.
Salt Lake Center Air Force 1777.
So we will have probably probably burn about 34,000 probably.
Continue to Bravo Charlie Echo.
So I mean, I could turn down a little bit our speed. And I can go ahead and just get something fails with my LNAV. I can go ahead and get this lined up on our route as well, because this is the head that we're going to be flying, 174. There's not much we can do, but just look outside the windows and just take in the beauty of all these mountains. Not much we can do. Get him! Come on, man! Get him! Come on, Notre Dame. Third quarter. Alright, let me see where we're at. We got aircraft all around us. So we'll come down here, we'll curve, we'll get on our final, and we'll hit the runway. So we should be able to intercept the localizer. Once we come around here, we should be able to communicate with our runway and we should be able to click on our approach because our localizer doesn't work. I don't know why this button don't work, but I can manage that. I just have to manage my height and everything manually, but I can use my approach. That will automatically communicate with the frequency of our runway and automatically guide the plane towards our runway by itself. The only thing is that's annoying is my localizer don't work, and that is what's going to help me stay on not too high, not too low. It's going to help me stay on the glide slope. Without that, I gotta kind of do it manually and just pay attention to my instrument. And it could be tough sometimes. It could be rough. Got a lot of pilots in real life, they don't disengage their autopilot until literally last second. It helps because it helps. It's harder to maintain with the winds and everything manually because it's so sensitive a lot of times. And if it is too sensitive, like if the wind is too much, they'll usually air traffic control will usually guide you to another plane or another runway that's downwind or whatever. Usually crosswind is a little tough because you have to put a lot of pressure. You have to use sometimes rudders and the joysticks or the yoke to maintain your levelness. So, but I'm not sure how the weather is there. It looks to be good, so we should have a clear, easy landing. Hopefully, like I said, I don't come in too high or too low because it's going to be really hard to judge it by myself without the autopilot's help because it might go down a little bit and then you might over adjust. And then the winds might push you to the side, and then they might push you to the right. So, because for me to control my height manually, I have to disengage the autopilot, and that would help me. That would throw me off course. Or I could probably manage it with my altitude. So I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do yet. I could probably just keep adjusting my altitude on autopilot and keep myself on path. We still got a little bit to go in here in Utah. So I do have these waypoints on. I don't need them on, but I just have them on because I can't figure out. I thought in this aircraft you could see your whole time, your estimated time until you get there. To me, it looks like it just shows your estimated time for your like how far you are from each waypoint. But I thought it used to show your estimated time altogether until you arrive at the airport. And I can't figure that out to save my life. I thought I used to have that, but maybe I'm tripping.
Air Force 1777 contact Salt Lake Center on 133.6. Good day.
Good day.
133.6 Air Force 1777. Goodbye. Salt Lake Center Air Force 1777 flight level 250.
Air Force 1777 Salt Lake Center radar contact.
I gotta take the 777 out.
Charlie Echo.
Alright, so I'm gonna try to make this as entertaining as I can, but it's gonna be boring. We already did all the hard part. We're in the air, we're flying. I'll probably do a thing. I mean, I should probably be monitoring my equipment, but everything, as long as nothing fails, you know, I trust my maintenance crew to, basically for Air Force One, to do their job and everything. But you know, things can fail, I guess.
United
And you gotta know how to troubleshoot it if something does happen. But other than that, autopilot is doing its thing. I got my autopilot engaged. We're holding altitude at 25,000 feet. We're cruising altitude. We got our LNAV on, so that's gonna follow any waypoint that we have in here. Any route we do a turn, it's gonna turn by itself. If my route was to go this way, it would go this way. And our vertical navigation will control our vertical height. So if I was to get close to, let's say, my top of descent is right here. That's when I'm supposed to start descending. As you can see, down to 19,000 feet, and bring the speed down. If I turn before I hit that waypoint, if I was to put that at 19,000 feet and have this on, once I get to my top of descent, my plane will start to automatically by itself start lower to the altitude. So even though I lowered this knob, it would not change my cruising altitude until it hit my flight plan of where we're supposed to be hitting our top of descent. So it's just, these planes nowadays land themselves. I'm telling you, man. I'm not saying anyone can be a pilot, but if I was in real life and something was to happen to my pilot and I'm in a 747, I'm going to know pretty much what I need to do. First of all, to get a hold of the air traffic controller, let them know what's going on. They're probably going to put me on the mic with somebody that flies this plane with a pilot. But I'm going to be familiar with it, is my thing. And I'm going to be familiar with the autopilot. And I'm going to know if he says turn the head, I'm going to know how to turn the head. I'm going to know what I need to do. I'm not going to panic because these planes land themselves. You just got to figure it right. Unfortunately, I can't do auto landing on this thing because my localizer don't work. And they haven't fixed it yet. They're supposed to be coming out with an update with that, but they haven't fixed it. So that's going to make my landing a lot tougher, but because I want to do an auto landing. I want to do an instrument complete auto landing without me turning off the autopilot at all. But these planes are very high tech nowadays. And I mean, the hardest thing about becoming a pilot really is troubleshooting. You know, you gotta learn how, if something goes wrong, what it could be, and how to try to fix it. And obviously not panic, but you gotta figure out what's going on. Try to read through your logbook or ask anyone for help on the air traffic controller or whatever. If something goes wrong, you're gonna have to figure out how to troubleshoot it. Sometimes it's out of the pilot's control, especially if it's manufactured or something wrong with the plane. And it's just unfortunate, but. Adjust our inhibitor, but yep, sometimes it's out of our control, and getting your instrument readings not hard. I mean, I've never done it yet, but I've read some books and played flight simulators. It's just basic stuff and what everything does. You just gotta learn your displays. That's all you gotta do. You just gotta learn what everything does. You don't turn knobs unless you know what it does. This is the only way to put it. And then your visual, your private license, you can't fly over, I think, 5,000 feet. You can't fly at nighttime. You can only fly, I think, visual. There's a lot of restrictions for that. So we don't have nobody on the same altitude, I don't think. Because air traffic control would have alerted us. So let me check how we are in field. But I might actually speed us up a little bit. Oh boy. Okay, so we're good. It said we're gonna work about 25,000, so we already burnt. About 20,000 already. Let me check. We started with 51,000, right? 51,000 minus. So that means we should arrive. I don't like how we got plenty of fuel, I think. Yeah, we definitely got plenty of fuel, but I don't like how rapidly it's going. Well, I think we're gonna go down to what we're supposed to go to. We're just gonna bring, yeah, I think we're gonna go down there. We're gonna bring the speed back, I think. We're gonna get there a little slower, but we're burning a lot of fuel, I think. And I don't want to take no risk. Yeah. Slow down tremendously, so. I don't care about these numbers as much as I care about this number. This is our total between all engines. We got plenty of fuel though, because well, yeah, we're gonna be pushing it, I think, though. But this is what we calculate, so hopefully our calculation's okay. That's the hardest part right there, is calculating your fuel.
Going to 125.575 Air Force 1777.
Okay, I see. So we got 407 passengers on board, plus our baggage. That's about 26,000. That gives us a payload of 97,000 pounds. So we need a block fuel 51,000 to manage that. We're gonna burn approximately 25,000 if we're going at our speed of 293. But we were going a lot faster. We got traffic close. That what is going on? That's not good. Air traffic controller did not. This guy is being. This is an online player. He's doing this on purpose. A-hole.
Salt Lake Center Air Force.
Air traffic controller didn't even alert me.
250.
I was looking at my display.
Air Force 1777 Salt Lake Center radar contact. Continue
What is
to
going
follow
on?
Charlie Echo.
I'm kind of freaked out. Where'd you go? That could not have been a real pilot. That had to have been a guy on the game. That has to be.
Salt Lake Center, Qantas 7552 Heavy is at flight level 400, descending flight level
This
3.
guy, man. This guy.
Qantas 7552 Heavy Salt Lake Center radar contact. Continue
This
to
guy's having a
initiate.
blast. I've never seen this before. How did you find me, dude? You just look on the map? I wonder where he's going to. Wish I could talk to him. Yeah, I'm Air Force One, dude. You can't be intercepting us like that. This is a restricted airspace. We need you to leave right now. You will be shot down. Are you trying to go where I'm going? You trying to see Trump? What's going on? You can't be right next to us, dude. This is a restricted airspace. That dude's having a blast, bro. How did he know that I'm an online player? Like, he's gotta know that I'm not a real life pilot, because I have real life traffic and I have people on the game. playing like I am. He's gotta know that I'm a person playing the game too. There's no other way he'd be trolling. You got 2 engines, bro. My 4 engines, bro. I would like. I can go a lot higher than these. I would stop. Cause I will climb. You won't be able to get to me. Thank God I have collision off. I'm getting some. He's throwing me off course. I'm about to turn off the traffic for him. I'm getting some. I'm getting some crosswinds. I'm getting some pushback from his engines. This guy's having a blast. I'm just gonna go back in here. I didn't notice him until I looked at my instrument and see that we're at a very, very dangerous, like on a verge of collision when it went red. When it goes red, it's not good. That's how I don't understand how a lot of these air disasters happen, because you have everything right here in front of you. You see traffic. Oh crap! He's at the same. Oh crap! Same elevation. Where's he at? And then you start looking. Right now it shows him above. Shows the yellow. It means he's close, but he's not in the same. He's not on my same pathway, but we're at the same elevation. He's over there.
Air Force 1777, acknowledge class transmission.
124.2 Air Force 1777.
I've never seen this before. This guy's having a great time.
Los Angeles Center Air Force 1777, flight level 250.
I would like to know where he's going. He's probably just following me. He's gonna try to mess up my approach, but I'm not gonna let him do that. This gotta be like a 12-year-old kid. This can't be a grown man. Can't be. I wish I could. It's not my man. There's nothing you can do about that. I mean, nothing you can do. What's air traffic controller gonna do? They can't do nothing. We're in the air. There's nothing that no one can really do. But if I was really Air Force One, it would be a good day for him. I don't think we can shoot him down because there's so many innocent lives on board, but we will have fighter jets coming around circling that aircraft for sure. Yeah, this guy's trolling so bad. There's no way he just did that. Okay, I'm about to turn him off. He's kind of getting annoying. Look at this guy. He's going off. I'm just gonna pause. Hopefully he loses me. And he is about to crash. There's no way he recovers from that, huh? There's no way. What is going on? I'm kind of freaked out because we're in the territory of freaking Area 51. All right, yeah, I'm kind of freaked out with that. Where's traffic? I wonder if I can refresh it. Nah, I don't do nothing. What is going on with this dude? Oh my god, what's going on? Okay. How is he still on here? What? I don't understand what's going on. I just turned it off. I'm kind of worried now. It's kind of freaking me out. How do I get rid of this dude? That can't be a real pilot in real life. Doing all this. I'm just gonna ignore him. He's having a great time. We're actually about to be going over to Grand Canyon, I think, here soon. So we're coming down here. Grand Canyon's right here somewhere. So we're not too far from the Grand Canyon now. And how are we looking on our field? Yeah, we got plenty of fuel because we don't have too long of a flight. Maybe got a little under an hour left, maybe. We'll be coming to Arizona here in about 20 minutes or so.
American 1578 Heavy, contact Denver Center on 127.55. Good day.
Is he still over here?
127.55.
I don't see him no more.
American 1578 Heavy.
I
Goodbye.
don't see no traffic popping up. We still got a little ways to go until we get to Arizona. We'll be hitting Arizona here in about like about 25 minutes or so. Why did I shut off the autopilot? I'm gonna change the weather, that's weird. Oh, we're good. See, real time, this is how it looks like in real life. Dark. That looks nice. So yeah, we got plenty of fuel. We got plenty of fuel. We have enough to even go around. If we're too high, or something goes wrong with our landing, or we need to circle around, I'd rather be too high than too low. If we're too high, we can just circle back around and try it again. It happens all the time. It's called go around, or whatever you want to call it. Or something's going on in the runway. They need us to go around. Or somebody's on the runway. They haven't cleared it yet, and they shouldn't have been on the runway. There's so many scenarios. The weather. The winds could have picked up. They want us to go on another runway so we don't have too much crosswind. But the weather looks to be clear there.
Air Force 1777, contact Los Angeles Center on 124.85.
And I could contact our weather. This is our weather. I could check the weather out there now if I want to. I think I have to contact, I believe, this channel.
124.85 Air Force
I wonder if I can contact
1777.
him now.
Goodbye. Los Angeles Center Air Force 1777 flight level 250.
Air Force 1777 Los Angeles Center radar contact. Continue to CORKR.
Point. I guess we can't. I thought we can contact them ahead of time, but we'll figure out when we get there. Yes, this is all you see out west, man. It's like Western, old Western movies, basically. It's just like, it's like being lost in the Grand Canyon or stranded out here, or being in the desert. It looks kind of like the Grand Canyon right now, but not exactly the national park yet. Yeah, we're actually coming up. Yeah, we're going over the Grand Canyon actually now. This is it. This is the Grand Canyon. All of this. You can tell. Here's the Grand Canyon Airport. I mean, obviously we ain't gonna be able to land there. Hell no. We're not too far away. We'll come up to our star. Probably about 25 minutes. We get some turbulence? I don't see none on the radar. Alright. We're over the Grand Canyon now. We're almost to 10th waypoint. When we get there, we'll start our top of descent when we get to this waypoint, and we'll bring our speed down. So we can actually go ahead. We can bring this down to 19,000. It's not going to change our altitude. And then we'll just put the vertical speed on, we'll put that on as well. So it should automatically descend down to 19,000 by itself when we get to that waypoint. We'll start our descent, hopefully. There is some bug with this aircraft. My localizers don't work. I gotta work on that. I just bought an aircraft. That's got some issues with it. Some lights flickering. Displays, everything on displays. The cockpit flickers. It's kind of annoying, man. Especially when you pay for it. You gotta work on that. The payware. Right now, the plane will not descend down until we get to our top of descent. It's gonna follow our computer. Our computer's everything. If you don't configure this right, autopilot ain't gonna know what to do. But we just gotta make sure that we configure everything. All we gotta do is make sure we set the correct flap at the right time. We want to land with 30 flaps, but we don't want to get to 30 flaps too quickly. We don't want to stall the plane, obviously. When we get to here, we'll bring the speed down to about 270. We don't need to have lights, but we're gonna have them on anyways, so we can see everything a lot more clear. We really need those for nighttime, but everybody back there chilling, getting their beverages, food, whatever they're getting back there, enjoying a smooth flight. This is nice though. This looks like a real life situation. Just everything looks so realistic. Now back in the day, normally I'm not sure about this aircraft, but back in the day, most aircraft had engineers and a third pilot for navigation. And the engineer usually would sit right here, and then you had your third pilot back here. And for longer trips, overseas trips, you would have pilots that would switch. So these pilots would start, they'll take naps in the back, and these pilots would take over, and then that's how they would keep the flight going. And that would suck though. You have a pilot that can't sleep. That would suck. All the pilots have sleep apnea. That would suck. How's our field looking here? Still good. We're at 31,000. We got plenty of fuel. We're getting kind of low. I mean, not really. I don't understand how this says 8 and you say it's 22, but we're at the same fuel form. Not sure why that's like that. We didn't bring no reserve either, but we're fine. We didn't need to bring none for this small of a flight, so we had that long of a flight. We're actually about to start our descent at this waypoint. We're going to be starting it here soon. Yeah, we're very close. The plane's turning by itself, doing its thing.
Contact center on 128.45. Good day.
Alright, let's go ahead.
Going to 128.45 Air Force 1777. Center Air Force 1777, flight level 250.
I don't know why we're on Los Angeles frequency. We're in Arizona right now. Yeah, I believe we're in Arizona right now. Let me see. I think we're going over the Grand Canyons. We're definitely, yeah. So we're passing through this little town or city. I'm not sure if it's little. I've never even heard of that town or city. And we have a ranch there. Cottonwood, I've heard of that. So we'll be coming past through there. And then we'll be getting set up for our star. We'll come around here. We'll come through a loop. And then we'll hit our runway. We're getting close to our top descent now. We could have to turn over our headings to make sure if we need to manually adjust that. The 160 for that. How's our oil temps and everything looking? Good. We just have the one warning that's just checklist incomplete no wrong. That's fine. Nothing to see. We're getting close to our top of descent. The plane shall automatically go down to 19,000 feet when we get to that point. Here's our star. We'll come down here. We should be able to intercept our glide slope around here. We'll loop out, and then we'll land at Phoenix, Arizona International Airport. Here's all of our frequency numbers. We already got our number programmed for our runway. Our course 078 111.750 for our frequency number into our computer. So we should be able to communicate with that runway. We have no weather close to us. This is good. Come on, Notre Dame. It's a tied game. They lose this game, they might be out of the playoffs. Be 0-2. How can you go from a national championship game last season to this? They got the ball, so they didn't score here. Going up on our top of descent. Alright, we're getting close. We need to start getting everything prepared. The plane should start descending here soon. Once we get a little bit closer to our top of descent. We're getting close to Phoenix. Alright, here's our top of the descent. We'll start slowing down to what our computer says at 270.
Air Force 1777 descend and maintain 17,000 feet.
They want us to maintain 17,000 feet. Okay. We'll go with the air traffic controller then.
Descend and maintain 17,000 feet, Air Force 1777.
So that should start descending here in just a second. We're not exactly there yet. And here we go. We'll start going down here slowly. There we go. Now we'll start descending. $17,000 feet. And we'll just request
Center Air Force
where we're at
1777
here.
requesting vector to next waypoint.
Air Force 1777 continue to monitoring and following heading 155. Proceed on course.
what we're doing on our waypoint here.
Continue to Meyer turning and following heading 155. Resume on navigation. Air Force 1777.
So we're descending now. Gotta be careful with the mountains, but we're good. We've got plenty of height here. There we go. We're gonna go down to about 250. Right now we're going down. We're obviously, it's like simple physics. You know, we're descending, so our speed's not gonna be exactly 250 yet until we get down to, we need to get down to 17,000 feet. I gotta be careful with air traffic control though, because sometimes they be tripping. They be telling you to maintain, oh, you know, you're too high or you're too low. Climb and maintain 50,000 feet, and you're like 2 nautical miles away from the airport. Like, why would you do that? Like, sometimes they're wrong, so I gotta do my own judgment and maybe cut them off. Coming up on our star. I made a mistake actually. Seatbelt signs are up. Need to come on. Risk number 10. That never happened. Or our flight attendants took care of that. But sometimes they already know what we're going to be doing anyways. We're getting close to Phoenix now. We should be coming into Phoenix. We're about to be hitting our star now to get ourselves up for our approach. So here we just hit 17,000 feet. We're in pretty much in Phoenix now.
Air Force 1777 descend and maintain 6,000 feet.
6,000 feet? Isn't that kind of low?
Descend and maintain 6,000 feet. Air Force 1777.
Alright, let's do it then. I don't know about that, but what they want us to do. So what we'll do, we'll turn that off and we'll go down this, what they want here. we're on a star now. Now obviously we're not gonna intercept the blast tokens yet. We don't have no diamonds yet. We're not even low enough for that yet. The flight plan has us going at 9,000, 12 to 9,000 feet, but air traffic controller wants us at 6,000 feet, which is kind of low, I think, but whatever. We'll go off their judgment. Well, I guess that makes sense. We're not that far away yet. We're not too far away, so I guess that's okay.
Zika 4-1 tree, contact Sky Harbor approach on 119.2. Good day.
There we go. We got our localizer now. Our diamond up here for our localizer. Once I get in the middle, we'll hit our approach. That should
119.2 Zika 4-1 tree.
line us up at the runway perfect.
Goodbye. Air Force 1777, contact Sky Harbor approach.
So
on
we are in
119.2.
area Phoenix now.
Good day.
With the president and everybody else, conference people. You know, gotta role play it out, man. It might not be the softest landing in the world
1777, acknowledged. Last transmission.
because this localizer don't work, and that's kind of aggravating.
119.2 Air Force 1777. Goodbye.
It is what it is.
Sky
diamonds
Harbor
over there.
approach Air Force 1777 is passing 11,200 feet, descending 6,000 feet.
Air Force 1777 Sky Harbor approach altimeter 29.80 radar contact.
I never
Continue
turned
to
off the
follow.
taxi lights. Whatever.
Air Force
So you do got 2 diamonds now.
1777, you are 21 miles northwest. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect ILS runway 8 approach via Alice transition. Cleared to Alice.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect ILS runway 8 approach via Alice transition. Cleared to Alice Air Force 1777.
Alright, so we got both of our diamonds appeared now. We just gotta wait for them to get in the middle here. Yeah, because the airport's right here. I hope this big loop right here don't throw me off. I probably should delete that. That's not good, I don't think, but we should be okay. Airport's over here somewhere. Might not be the softest landing, but we're gonna try our best because there's some bugs in this aircraft which they gotta fix. Wait, it's a matter of time for our landing gear warning comes off. Let me see. Usually it don't let me put it down so early. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's a bug, but it won't let me put it down until I get close to my final, which is kind of annoying. So that's not on me. That's the game not allowing me to put it down. I want to put it down. Until I get the message, landing gear, then maybe I'll let me put it down. Yeah, there's nothing I can do about that. One sec. About 20.
Landing gear. Landing
There we go.
gear.
Now I'm fine.
Landing gear.
Should let me put. There we go.
1777 descend and maintain 5,000 feet.
Landing gear. Landing
See, I think
gear.
5,000 feet's a little high. We're about to
Landing
land, actually. We're way too high, I think. I don't understand why
Climb and maintain
they didn't give me a...
5,000 feet.
Why they're
Air
not
Force
telling me to get lower
1777.
quicker.
Air Force 1777 descend and maintain 4,000 feet. Seagull 41 tree, you are 15 miles north. Climb and maintain 8,000 feet. Expect vectors, visual runway tree
Okay, so
approach.
then we got that going now.
2,500.
Climb and maintain 8,000 feet. Expect vectors, visual runway tree approach Vika 41 tree. Air Force 1777, please acknowledge.
Climb and maintain 4,000 feet. Air
Alright,
Force
there's our
1777.
localizer.
Air Force 1777, you are 7 miles west of Sky Harbor. Contact Phoenix Tower on 120.9er when inbound on the approach. Air Force 1777, acknowledge. Last transmission.
Tower on 120.9er Air Force 1777.
1,000.
Oh, don't start lagging now. lag a little bit and I can't control it. It started lagging a little bit. It's like, no. Made it though. Wasn't the quickest landing, but we made it. And we didn't even get clearance for landing and whatever. They're dumb. They had us way too high anyways. Yeah, alright, I'm not even gonna go ahead and land or do everything else.
Keeps his out downfield. Down the middle, short, and incomplete. Millimeters from the target. Hobbs.
Alright, that's gonna do it for this one. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys later.